When the shameless squatter turned a temporary stay into an illegal takeover of a kind elderly man's home, the judge gave her 6 days to leave.
Mr. Snodgrass, do you own this property?
No, sir, I rent.
Okay, so you're renting from someone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so Miss Graham, how is she? She lets, or is it someone you let Miss Graham stay with you? Is that what it is?
Kind of, yes. I did it.
Tell me. You said conda. Tell me what does conda mean?
Well, her and her boyfriend came in with some stuff because they got kicked out of the motel for destroying the smoke detectors or fire detectors in it, and she went to jail. And then they came over here and told me that they just needed a place to put the stuff for the night because they couldn't get into storage. So the next night they brought other stuff in and said, "Don't worry about it, it's going right back out." And then she just stayed and stayed.
Okay, so initially, from what I'm getting, you were trying to help them out. They needed somewhere to stay, and the first they needed somewhere to store their item.
Yes, sir.
But then that turned into more of a tenancy. When did you initially agree to allow them to store things and to move into the unit that you're renting?
I really didn't agree to it.
Okay.
They just kept moving stuff in.
Tell me this. You say you really didn't agree to it. Tell me how did this start? What prompted you to allow them to even bring stuff over?
Well, they just came that night and they just kind of pushed their way on in and said they had to have a place to put the stuff for the night because the storage wasn't open.
Okay. I just want to make sure I got. So, Miss Graham, you tell me your version of what's going on. Go ahead.
Hey, well, first of all, that is all a lie, Your Honor. Okay, Mr. Snodgrass, when I moved out, I lived there. I paroled to his house. He came and got me out of prison. I paroled to his house. I lived there. I paid rent when I lived there. I had a job. I moved out and I went and stayed. A friend of mine, he managed a motel with Wood Springs, and he got a room for free. So I went and stayed there for like a year and a half.
You have 6 days to appeal or move out, and if you don't, then Mr. Snodgrass can take the next legal actions against you.